was a rainy Sydney night, torrential rain, and I'm sitting in this office in this, you know, sketchy area, and I hear the door creak open, and I think, well, look, Frank has obviously forgotten that he's, you know, forgotten something, so he came in, and I hear these steps climbing up, and I told it it's bucketing down. It's like this huge torrential rainpour, like, you know, and then I hear this knock on the door. So you see, if anyone had theatrical moments, they just would have gone, knock, knock. Thank you, here we go, thanks very much, you know. I hear this knock on the door, and I turn around, and there's a bloke there with hair more daggy than my own, you know, flat and all this. He's looking at me, and his eyes are kind of large, and he's totally saturated, absolutely saturated. It's cold, it's rainy, it's wet, on a dark, stormy night. You know, this man came to my door, and there he is, and he's there, and he says to me, I look at him, and he goes, I'm cold. I'm cold. Now, I'm not dumb. I'm a bit silly at times, but I'm not dumb. I look at him and go, well, yeah, fair enough, mate, because you're naked. I got this stark, naked, wet man on my doorstep, looking eye to eye. Looking eye to eye, you know? That's how much he's doing it, you know? Do that one more time. No, we won't. And anyway, so, you know, I've got this bloke, and I'm 22. I got no idea. What am I going to do with this naked man on my doorstep? You hearing any biblical references at any stage, you know? And so I went, right, check that. I call up Frank and say, look, sorry, look, Frank, because he was in the presbytery next door. How you going? He goes, yeah, good. You know, he'd had this heavy day and he's in bed, and it's about 11:30 or whatever. And he says, what's up? I said, well, look, there's this very stark naked man on my doorstep, you know? And he goes, and I was thinking, you know, I have no idea what. And he said, are you okay? Are you okay? First response. I went, yeah, look, I actually am, but I wouldn't, you know, I'd appreciate a little bit of help, advice, accompaniment, you know? So anyway, so he said, I'll be down in, you know, 5 minutes. So I went outside and I grabbed, I mean, what do you throw away? I don't know, Notre Dame shirts? You know, anyway, so I got one of those that was in the bin, and this guy, we dressed him up. And the guy was suffering, you know, he had mental illness. He'd had an episode and he'd torn all his clothes off and wandered around the place, and the light was on because this idiot student was there doing work very late. I thought back to the desires of when I was younger, and I looked at the example of these Jesuits. There were others besides Frank who were very engaged in the world, who were very engaged with dealing with issues of social justice, and were clothing a naked man on their doorstep very late at night. And I thought, if I could actually turn out in any way like that, I'd be pretty proud of that. I would think I'd turned into a good guy, you know?